Hey guys, got here an original late 50s era fuel-saving device, the MilesMaster 3-in-1 fuel pressure regulator. They claim it filters, regulates, and traps. Easy to install, takes only 5 minutes. This cost $6.95 back in the day, and it looks like it had a 30-day money-back guarantee. That expired like 60 years ago. It says here it was tested and approved by Motor Trend. Let's get this thing out of here. There it is. It's definitely never been installed. Also came with an instruction sheet. I love that glass bowl on the bottom. So yeah, it's a fuel pressure regulator. In the instructions it says it regulates to 3.5 psi. You can see that little lever in there, and what looks like a check ball. Let's get this opened up and take a peek inside. This little metal clamp holds the bowl down. Since there's a filter in there, you would have to remove the bowl periodically and clean it out. The glass bowl on this one is really stuck on, so I'm going to use a brass scraper and gently pry it off. There we go. Yeah, that's some pretty thick glass that the bowl is made of. So here's what it looks like inside. This brass screen is your filter. I don't see any way to remove it to clean it. It uses a pretty thick cork gasket to seal to the bowl. This lever is how it's regulating the pressure. So the pressure has to be at a certain point for it to drop the ball down and let fuel through. Interesting. I wasn't able to find that Motor Trend article, but MilesMaster advertised these in Popular Mechanics magazine as early as 1956 and up through 1960. They made a ton of claims besides improving fuel economy, like reducing wear on the carburetor needle and seat, preventing fuel dilution of the oil, smoother idle. These are all things that could happen if for some reason you had too much fuel pressure, but the fuel pump on your car should have been putting out the correct fuel pressure from the factory. So if you needed this to solve an issue, you were likely just treating the symptom. And if you put this on a car that wasn't having any issues, I don't think you would get any benefit. I did have one car years ago that I added a fuel pressure regulator to, but that had an aftermarket carb, and I used an adjustable regulator so I could dial it in. The MilesMaster is fixed at 3.5 psi. Adding an extra fuel filter was also a thing, especially on the old Quadrajet carbs, where the fuel filter was built into the carb, so we would remove that one and install an external one that was easier to replace. This thing would be a pain to have to drop that bowl and clean out the brass screen every time. It's a neat relic of a bygone era. At least it actually did something, compared to some of the fuel-saving gimmicks that are being sold nowadays. Thanks everyone for watching. I've got more videos on the way, so be sure you're subscribed. See you later. Bye.